to another video and episode 2 of Bike Biology. I hope you enjoyed the last video. That one quite right. I hope you enjoyed the last video. I did, and I thought it came out really well. Obviously, in the last video you see me remove my panels from here, and they're hung up here. I don't know if you can see on camera, but they're hung up there. Yeah, so we got rid of all that. Seat's gone. Side panels, the big fairing at the front, and the little triangle bit that I struggled with, but we cut that out, so you won't have seen that. But yeah, today in this video we are going to be removing the tank and the airbox to get to the carbs. So yeah, rather than me chat a load of rubbish, let's crack on. Before we get and take the tank off, I thought it might be nice for you lot, if you haven't heard it before, to do one last startup before it all comes apart and can't be run, start or anything for a good couple of weeks. So just for you, just for you lot, no one else, just for you, I'm just gonna turn a fuel tap on. A lot of you newer viewers or younger viewers won't even know what a fuel tap is because it's all digital fuel injection and all that now. This is old school. Yeah, we're gonna give it a start up. Bit of a rev for you once it's warm. Also, it's a bit of a comparison. See if it sounds any different with the new inlet rubbers on, you know, clean air filter, all that sort of stuff, compared to how it is now. So, stay tuned for another video in the future, episode like 22 or something. I don't know how long this is going to take, but anyway, right, choke on. Fingers crossed it starts. Oh no, the rev valve is not working. There you go. Now you all know what it sounds like. So right, let's get stripping it down and take her apart. Right everyone, now we've heard how the bike sounds, that is the last time it will start until it's all put back together. So what we are going to do now is start taking the tank off. Now the tank is held on with a bolt up there and up the top by the forks. However, first you need to get in here and disconnect the fuel pipe, which is very easy. Flathead or a 7 or 8mm, depending on what size Jubilee clip you got. Undo that, loosen the pipe and pull it off the tap, which is this bit, and then you can undo the bolts and lift the tank off. It's very simple. It's only held on with 2 bolts and little rubbers, click it together and stuff like that. It's not a hard thing to remove. So yeah, let's grab a screwdriver and see if we can get that off. Right, I got a flathead screwdriver, so now we're going to, actually I'll show you where we got to go, look. It's right in a, see that Jubilee clip there? There you go, now you see it. That one in there, that's what we got to remove. So let's put you back over there. And let's undo it, and hope not too much fuel comes out. The tap has been off for a while, so any fuel that's in there, well, there won't be a lot of pressure left in there. If there's anything in there, it probably would have evaporated by now, I would have thought. But it's quite a fiddly thing to do. It's actually worse to get it back together. There we go, that's Jubilee clip off. So what we got to do is just slide it along, slide the rubber off. So there we go. Right, pipe is now disconnected. I'll show you in there, look. Pipe is now disconnected. That's off, so now we can remove the tank, which is very, very simple. So let's go up the top and remove the bolts, and I'll show you what you need to do that. Right, ladies and gents, we have one bolt just there to remove, and the other one is at the other end of the tank, and that is right there. You see that one now? We've got to remove that one as well. So right, let's start with this one here. If I remember rightly, that is an 8mm. Just a word of advice, I always do it with a couple of extensions, gets you loads of clearance away from the tank, and obviously other bits that you might not want to scratch. I mean, if you don't care, it doesn't matter, but I care, so I don't want it to mess up. Now it only goes in a couple of threads, it's not 100%. There's your bolt. Now notice it's like a collared washer, so it sits in the rubber inside the tank, so that doesn't need to come out. You can pull it out, but it doesn't really matter. But anyway, that one's done. So let's move on to the back one. Right, now this bolt is a 12mm, so you don't need any quarter drive kit to do this. Again, I use an extension just to get it out of the way of everything. Undo it. Doesn't have to be murder tight. There probably is torque settings for it somewhere in your Haynes manual. Oh, I call it the Haynes Book of Lies, but that doesn't matter. I'm just putting that there for now. Now this rubber's got to come off as well, because it like clicks under the tank and everything. That can go on the floor for now. And now it's going to be quite heavy, and oh, I actually can't take the tank off for a minute because I've not unlocked the steering. I have some keys. So what we're going to do now is unlock the steering so I can take the tank off, because I didn't unlock them, so the bars are here and I can't get the tank off. But yeah, right, now the tank is free and I can hopefully get it off. Now there is some vacuum lines that run sort of about here on the tank straight down through. They should come straight with it, so just get a nice good grip on it. Now that rubber does sort of slide in like that. There we go, it's been sat on there for quite a few moons now, so as long as that's everything, which I think it is, vac pipes can come with it. Look, one petrol tank. Now we need to find somewhere safe to put it. I'm going to put it down here on the floor and bubble wrap it, because I don't want anything to happen to it, because it's in really good condition. That is all safe and sound. Now your bolts, I would advise putting back where you found them, for a simple reason, as you don't want to lose them. Now that goes in there. There we go, spotty dog. Now we can get to the airbox. Let's get started on removing this lovely airbox, because I know that this can be quite a bit of a challenge because of these two pipes here. So what we're going to need is a few Phillips, one flathead, because when I got the bike that one was gone and I don't know where the other bit is. So the other screw is, sorry. So most of it is Phillips, so we're going to grab a Phillips, little Phillips and a flathead. It's always good to have a whole set so you know which size you need at any given time. But as I got my big flathead here, right now look, see, you can see this is the fuel pipe that we were trying to get off. It's a bit of a pig, it's worse getting it back on, trust me. But right, what we're going to do is undo that. Now for the minute, until we're done this, I'm going to put these just on that little cover there, because I don't want to lose them. Now that can go back in the little holder. And now we need our Phillips, so I'm going to do the harder ones first, because these are like Jubilee clips. That comes from the front air intake straight into the top of the airbox, and it all feeds down to the carbs. Now while I'm taking this out, I will say it is a good idea to, depending on what air filter you run, is a good idea to either replace or clean what you have. I have a K&N filter in there because they are just the best, and it does help with a bit of induction noise when you're giving it some stick as well. So not that obviously you go over 70 miles an hour, because that would be against the law and very naughty.
Naughty, naughty.
So this is the top of the airbox. Now you've got to bring front or back, whatever you want to call it, this up first because this is where the air filter sits. And then you've got to try and slide it backwards like that. There you go. And there is your air filter. Now mine is disgusting, so it will be getting a clean before it goes back in, but that is a long way off yet. All my screws, I actually undone that one for no reason, because it's not even the right one. But that is going to come down here with the tank, and all the screws are going to stay in it, so I know exactly where they are. Now these ones are a bit more fiddly, so I'm going to get a little cut or cap off a spray can, just to keep them all in there, because it's just handy to keep in there. So that's my little can. That's the one I've already taken out that I didn't need to, but it's done now. So air filter can sit up there, because that's going to go back on top of this bit afterwards. So now we've got, oh, there's another flat there. So this has got to come off next, which is the secondary part of the airbox. This time, all the screws I'm going to take off and put straight in there. Flathead. There's a flathead in here, so now we've got to take that out. Right, that one's out. Now that is all of them. There's no more. It's always a good idea just to check, but I do not think there is any more. So obviously put these back where we found them. And fingers crossed I've done it right, and that should just come straight off like that. Now there you go, now you can see the carbs. Obviously lovely and flutes, and they are absolutely perfectly clean, which is what you want to see. It means your air filter's doing a good job. Now I'm going to put the air filter back on top of there, and I'm going to put the air box down here, or the top of it if you like, back on top of that. That means I know exactly how it goes back on top. So the next job, ladies and gentlemen, is I don't understand all this. You can block it all off, but this is all to do with emissions. Really EU rubbish. Right, now under here, this is the this whole thing here is the carb assembly itself. Now yours is quite big. You've got your butterfly valves and whatnot down in there. There you go, look how spotlessly clean they are. And if I just zoom you on down in there, you see that? Just opening and closing, you can hear it as well. Now if I show you down here, these cables are like push-pull cables. So these here, there's two there, one there, one there. Now these are push-pull cables, so as you let off, it'll pull it shut, and obviously when you open the throttle to go faster, it opens it. But they're an absolute pig to do, so the carbs are not coming off, the carbs are just getting moved to a location where I can change the rubbers in a safe manner, so I don't do any damage. Right, the next job, because all that's holding this on now, I believe, are said rubbers. I haven't done this in quite a while. So right, there's one there, so that's got to be pulled off. Pry that off of there, like so. There we go. Right, now that's the main bit sort of gone. So I need to unclip that, just move that back a little bit so it's not crushing anything, and that can be just pried off of there, like so. I mean, they're only air distribution lines, they're nothing special. Look, that can just be tucked down there out of the way. Same with this one, that can just be sort of tucked down there, just out the way. Now I don't think there is anything else bar the fuel line from the pump. I need a pair of pliers to be able to uncrimp the fuel line down here. So I'm just gonna, because they're quite flexible lines, I do need to change them all, but I'm gonna wait for the engine to be able to do that. Just gonna move that little clip down there, and that can go there. Oh, all the screws for that can go down there. And then again, next pipe, that can be pried off as well. Now I've got to be careful because the carbs were rebuilt last year and all these seals are new, so I don't want to rip any of the seals, like seals on here and the other side, because it goes because there's 4 carbs, it goes 1 into 2 and then obviously distributed into 4. There's quite a bit of fuel in there, to be fair. I'm going to let that just dribble out because it's not that important, it evaporates. Next job, now that is off, I think, if I grab my torch and look down in here, the next job, if that is everything, it's all I can remember, if that helps, is to remove the carb rubbers which are underneath here. Now, I said in the last video, the only chance I got to be able to do that, to undo them, is get my massive long 450mm screwdriver. Let's go do that, shall we? Right guys, can you see this rubber here and that screw there? Now, it's a little Jubilee clip. Now these have got to come off. Now there's 1, 2, 3, obviously 4 because it's 4-cylinder, and I've got to try to get them all down from in here. Now it's very, very hard to see, so I don't know if I can get the camera to sort of focus on where it needs to go. You can sort of see them down in there. It's very, very difficult to see. However, right, so what I'm going to do, rather than me trying to film with the camera and trying to show you everything of what I've got to do, I'm literally just going to sit back, put you on a tripod, and grab my big screwdriver, which is here. Grab my big long screwdriver, and I'm just going to time lapse what I do. So sit back and enjoy for the next oh god, this could take hours, but anyway, enjoy. Right, well that was very, 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 very pain-free and took me about a minute, so the time lapse was completely pointless. The plan is to get the carburetors off from here and hang them up somewhere so we can replace the rubbers without it being any interference. Because obviously they are quite big and bulky, the carbs, so we don't want to we don't want them to get in the way. So depending on cable length and all that, we're gonna just tip them. I'll show you. We're just gonna tip them back up to there, cable tie it probably around the headstock here, and go from there. So while I struggle, I'm gonna set you on another time lapse again. Right, see if I can remove the carbs and put it in a decent place. We can work on it easy. Right then, carbs are off. You can see the rubbers down in here. Good news is they are still looking spotlessly clean, apart from I did dribble a load of fuel over myself and now I stink of petrol, which is handy. I just got to remember where all these go, which shouldn't be a hard thing to do anyway. That's your fuel feed, that's your whatever that is, I don't really know, but they can just go somewhere. They can get tucked over there like that. That'd be ideal. If it dribbles a little fuel, it's not the end of the world. It's only just residue basically that's just left in the pipes. For now, it's a good idea to just inspect what you have. Now, I'm gonna just have a look at the carbs and just check they look pretty good. All the mechanisms still looking good. Yeah, all good. They haven't been used for a good 6 months. It's also a good idea to check down inside there and just look at your valves and everything. Just give them a good inspection. Now, because the bike gets ridden not very often, it can coke up, but they're looking pretty damn good, so we're going to leave it. All the pipes and everything down in here as well look pretty good, so that is yeah, that's all looking good. It's all looking spotless, which is what we want. So the next job is to change all these rubbers, because if I squeeze them, look, yeah, they're all gone, all hard, look. As that is a massive part of today's job done. We're gonna wrap the video up. So if you want to see more, tune into the next video, which is obviously episode 3, which we are going to remove the rubbers, replace them with new genuine Honda ones, put them back together, and then put everything we have done in this video back, because this is the only job I need to do, and then the cleanup operation begins. So for now, like, comment, share and subscribe. Keep your crown high. Raw Collective out.